Hey guys, how's it going? So, it's reasonably late here. I've been up for a few hours wiring. So, as I showed in the last video, I've got this pegboard set up. I laid down the original harness and traced it basically with green tape and then used blue labels to mark where everything is component wise. I've disregarded a little bit of that stuff that was just down here. These wires are so short they were in the way. Or the real cables are way longer than they need to be. Um, so, yeah, I think this is the rough wiring layout for the car. I know it is a mess, but I've been still just routing stuff to where it belongs, and I've run out of wires on the harness that are not, or that are going to be used. Other than one of these is a ground and one of these is for the hazards, which I'm not going to install. I think I might repurpose the hazards to be a 12-volt switched or constant signal. Maybe, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a little power distribution bus in the car too to add accessories like my radio, dash cam, 12-volt plug, whatever else I want to put in there. So anyway, yeah, it's laid out sort of as it is on the car. So there's the trace that's going to run to the trunk. As you can see, these are the solenoid wires right there, and they're massively longer than they need to be. I have my little interstate freeway of strain relief down here. I'm not sure how that's going to work out in the long term, but that's how the factory harness was wired, or the new harness was wired, with a sort of a strain relief built in. And then this is all going towards the dash and over to the wipers, which are on the right side of the firewall. They're underneath there. And we've got headlight stuff, which is obviously massively longer than I need. And that's fine. I don't have any grounds yet. This didn't come with grounds. I may have mentioned this, but they used every color, every kind of primary-ish color that I can find in wiring for stuff, and that's really obnoxious because ground should be very clearly ground. So I've been trying to find some striped wire, short of gutting the old harness again, which I'm not going to do. There's not a whole lot of ground points on this that aren't already on the car, so the light's all ground up here. So the engine is slightly smaller now. I pulled the generator off, and I've got a new alternator here. So this is off of an 80, supposedly in 1980 Fiesta, and there's the old generator. And my understanding is that this is regulated. And I've got to figure out what wires go where. Battery windings, I'm not sure. There's a plug here, which I don't have the connector for. And there would be a ground cable. So it may just be this, and a ground. Anyway, I'm not sure. So we'll figure that out. The parts are in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm going to turn that on before I call it a night. But this should mount up. If you look at them side by side, I could be wrong, but I think it's going to mount up fairly easily. Obviously, this is substantially shorter than this, so I'm going to need to build a spacer here, but that could just be a piece of pipe, or I can mill it on, or turn it on the lathe if I want to. But it should be a pretty straightforward installation. Might mess with that tomorrow. I need to finish cleaning and then sandblast and paint the brackets. And just clean up the engine a little bit underneath there. It was pretty nasty. So, yeah, it's going pretty good. I'm really torn about whether I want to run the stock headlights or not. I mean, these are just sealed beams and they sort of suck. And some of that wiring is original because I didn't have new before I got this. I don't know. If I do, I'd like to do LEDs, but they're like $180 for the ones I kind of like the looks of, and they don't look stock. Or I could go to an H4 sealed beam replacement, which I have in the Mercedes, and they're decent. But I can't go to LEDs with those because the buckets are sealed. So there's just no room back there to put the heat sink, and obviously it wouldn't sink very well if it was in the back of the kite hole there, and I don't really want to drill those out, even though I've got at least 2 sets of them. Those were a pain to clean up, so anyway, it's going pretty well. Just gonna keep plugging away tomorrow. I just need to run grounds. I need to run power back from the wiper motor. It grounds through the switch and has a constant feed to it so it can park. It's got 2 grounds, one that's switched and one that isn't, so it can park. And yeah, it's coming together. I think we'll be ready for a test fit fairly soon. I'm gonna have to take I'm trying not to use too many zip ties, but I'm gonna tape it all up with electrical tape so I can install it, because I don't think all these zip ties are gonna make it very easy to go. So I'm just gonna go every foot or 2 and tape it up, and maybe whenever there's a splice, I'll use red tape instead of black or whatever. I've got some other cheap colors of cheap tape. Yeah, not bad. I'm pretty happy with it. So, thanks for watching.